Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here comes hour one. Oh my gosh. What were you doing in 2010? Let's go back in time. You have any recollection? Well, back in 2010, Bitcoin wasn't worth all that much. But one guy, software developer by the name of Laszlo Hanyecz, he saw the potential and he wanted to prove that Bitcoin could be used just like real money. So he posted online offering 10,000 Bitcoin to anyone who would bring him 2 pizzas. Well, someone took him up on the offer. They delivered 2 pizzas, got paid at that time. The 10,000 Bitcoins were worth around $41. Today, my gosh, that same amount is worth, are you ready for it? $1.1 billion. That makes it the most expensive pizza order in history. Wow. Are they any even good? Well, it depends on whether you like your pizza with some extra dough. Oh, I hope you're ready because let me tell you, you are about ready to get tech smart because this way you are never left tech behind in the digital dust. Because after all, you just tapped into the biggest show, the best show, the award-winning show about all things digital. I'm, of course, America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And of course, you can find us in over 425 top stations across the United States. We're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Commando with a K, of course. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members, serving in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea. Get the Kim Komando Show. And of course, I know that you have a slew of questions about something digital I can lend a hand to. And I know you can go to your favorite AI chatbot. But the problem is that, well, the chatbots hallucinate. I don't hallucinate at all. You come to me for trusted advice at 1-888-825-5254. And just a reminder, you can always schedule an appointment to speak with me here on the show. Just head over to the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show. That's commando.com. And then there's a link at the top right that says Ask Kim. You know, speaking of pizza, I have to tell you, I burnt my Hawaiian pizza the other day. Oh, I should have cooked it at a aloha temperature. Ooh, yes. Let me tell you, they're only going to get better after that. Alrighty then, every single day, rain or shine, holidays, weekends, you name it, I tap into at least 35, 40 different places to make sure that I know exactly what's going on in the tech world. And here are 5 things that you need to know. And we're going to start with a true horror thriller story out of New York. This is incredible. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. There's a guy by the name of Michael Carteran, and he's an Italian crypto investor, a big time into crypto. He has $30 million invested in cryptocurrency. So somebody calls him up and say, hey, listen, we got a business deal for you. Can you meet us at this luxury Soho Manhattan townhouse for a confidential business meeting? Of course he goes, and once inside, he realized he was kidnapped, and he was held for almost 25 days. During this time, he was beaten, he was tortured, he was threatened by at least 2 men. They had electric shocks, they beat him. They even had a chainsaw in this apartment. So why did they do this? The goal was to force him over to hand over his Bitcoin wallet password. He escaped barefoot, flagged down a cop in New York, and then they were able to arrest, I think so far, just one of the 2 guys who allegedly did all this. Now, it's not just this instance. In Connecticut, a couple driving down the street in a Lamborghini. Yeah, of course, big expensive car. Gets ambushed by 6 guys. They're like, what the heck's going on? No, The guys say, we're going to kidnap you because we heard that your son has a lot of money in cryptocurrency, so we're going to hold you for ransom. In Houston, Texas, a young woman who's online as a crypto influencer talking about how much money she's making in crypto. Late one night, a couple of guys break into her apartment. They don't want jewelry. They don't want cash. They want access to her laptop so they can steal all of her cryptocurrency. See, here's the deal. If you get your credit card stolen, you can go ahead and cancel that. You get access to your bank account, you can freeze it. If somebody gets access to your cryptocurrency, they could just steal it. There's no transaction. There's no history, right? That's part of the anonymity of cryptocurrency. So years ago, I went to Winston Churchill's museum in London. And I'll never forget, there was a sign on the wall that said, "Loose lips sink ships." So I want you to think about that as today, okay? Loose lips sink ships. Okay, you want to zip your lips about all your cryptocurrency. All right, moving on to number 2. Maybe you don't know about LexisNexis, but it's a company that knows more about you than you probably know about yourself. It's this massive data broker, collects information about you. Talking about just about anything you can imagine. Your financial history, your jobs, your location, even how well you drive, who you vote for, things like that. It all goes into your LexisNexis report. So what happened this past week is, well, they got hacked. Well, it didn't really happen this past week. They actually got hacked December 24th and 25th. They just told everybody about it this past week. And what did they get? Well, personal info on more than 364,000 people. So if you're one of the folks, here's what you need to do. Go to your LexisNexis Consumer Center. You fill out a form. They need your social security number, your date of birth. And then when your report arrives by U.S. mail, you want to read it carefully. Mine was over 40 pages long. Wow. 40 pages of personal details. Let me tell you, it was really accurate. Moving on to number 3, this is really big stuff. OpenAI has spent $6.5 billion for a hardware startup that's run by one guy by the name of Johnny Ive. Who's he? Well, he led the team that has built pretty much every Apple product you probably heard of. The iPhone, the MacBook, the watch, the iPad. And so Sam Altman is the guy who's in charge of OpenAI. They got together and they came up with a product called I/O. And they want to be able to sell 100 million I/O companions. AOIO. I know, it's all confusing. So what are these I/O devices do? Well, it's something that you're going to have on your person that's fully aware of your life, your family, your friends, your schedule, your health. It's not a phone, but it can work with your phone to interpret what callers and people around you are really saying, not just in conversations, every email, every text. They're keeping it super secretive. But Altman gave the analogy. When you got a laptop, you didn't replace your desktop. The goal is that it'll be out by the end of next year. That is going to be a total game changer. Again, it's called the I/O. Moving on to number 4, it used to be really easy to spot a scam email. It looked like it was written by someone using Google Translate. It had typos. They said kindly or good sir or good ma'am. And you looked at it, you're like, okay, total scam. Well, now scammers use AI to write emails that are even better than the real thing. You see, some are even training AI and real corporate emails so the scams feel spot on. There's also where you might get a voicemail from your boss telling you to send money ASAP. Last year, scammers made off with over like $16.5 billion by email and impersonation scams. So bottom line for you is that you need to be ultra careful. I mean, if you get an email that says, hey, we need you to send some money, or you get a voicemail, or even if you get a phone call or a video from your boss, you always want to double check and verify every single thing. And finally, this coming at number 5, congratulations to all the college grads. That's awesome. You know, you worked your butt off for the last 4 years. You spent I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars, and now you finally get to walk across the graduation stage. I remember that feeling myself. But because it's 2025, instead of your name being announced by an actual human being, you whip out your phone, you scan a QR code, and then an AI voice will read your name out loud. That's the scenario that happened recently at Pace University in New York. Here, take a listen.
Sophia Cicero, Emily Acosta, Shania Blackwell.
Yeah, nothing feels so warm and fuzzy like an AI voice reading your name. It's a beautiful, beautiful personal touch. Oh my gosh, we have such a great show in store for you. You're not going to want to miss a moment. Like, we're going to talk about some surveys where you can actually make some real cash, the signs that someone may be cheating on you, and do you really have to be nice to AI? And also got to tell you about the biggest social media data breach ever. And of course, we just have the best callers ever in the history of radio. And you have me, Kim Komando. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Let me tell you, this is your chance to make a real difference in someone's life. I'm talking about our Pay It Forward challenge. It's just going on for a few more weeks. It's our latest contest at winfromkim.com. Here's how it works. If you win, I am going to give you $500. And then you need to tell me who else in your life should also get $500. They'll get it too. It's our Pay It Forward challenge. Go ahead and enter right now. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. All right, coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about some surveys where you can make some serious cash. And before we get to all of that, we have awesome Andrew Babinski here with us. What are you doing over there?
Don't bother me. I'm trying to solve this puzzle.
Okay. It's just a national show, Andrew. I'm sorry.
This is more important right now.
How you doing with it?
Horrible.
Okay, well.
Embarrassingly horrible.
Well, I think this goes with our first caller and is Paul in Joplin, Missouri. Now, Paul, you sent us some puzzles.
Yeah, I'm glad you got them. I make those with my 3D printer, and when there's this local store that has agreed to sell them, but I need a way to give people the solution to the puzzle.
Well, maybe
and I thought
maybe you don't need to give people the solution, because let's see how Andrew's doing. Because you sent us 3 puzzles. Okay, Andrew, Andrew, describe the first one.
Well, first of all, he says he makes these with a 3D printer,
which is so cool.
I actually disagree. I think they're made with pure evil. And in your heart, there's one that looks like a bunch of hashtags when it's put together.
Here, hold it up so people who watch on YouTube, they can see it.
This one right here. It doesn't look like that now because I've been working on it. And you got to get all of these little combobbers. That's a technical term. I'm sorry, Kim. Disconnected from each other.
Okay.
And then this one is a bunch
of... Now, how long have you been working on that one?
We don't need to look at details or focus on anything like that.
Okay, all right.
Let's just say a frustratingly enough amount of time. And then these are like Tetris pieces, and they're supposed to fit all in this box. but I don't believe they do. I think this is a prank. And then there's a calendar that has a bunch of Tetris-looking pieces. I know I'm making a lot of noise over here. That has a bunch of Tetris-looking pieces, and then you're supposed to solve the puzzle to reveal the date. Somehow, I got October 32nd, and that's not even a day.
Well, I will tell you, when Andrew was doing the puzzles before the show, Paul, is that with the Tetris that goes in the blue box, Andrew's like, oh, did that. He did it like in 30 seconds. And everybody looked at him like going, you didn't even take all the pieces out of the box.
I took enough pieces out for me to have to think about it.
So
that's the easiest one of the three.
Oh, of course. You're piling on too, Paul. I can solve the easiest.
So how long should it take somebody to solve these puzzles? If they had, good intellect.
Well, the one that has the 6 pieces of different colors, that one is a really challenging one.
Yeah, it is.
Most people, I don't know, people have told me that they spent like 2 or 3 days and they finally got it apart and then they couldn't put it back together again. But anyway, what I was wanting to do was like make a little 1 minute or 2 minute YouTube video showing the solution and then make a QR code with a link to the video and then include that in the package as a leaflet, or I haven't tried it, but I might actually be able to 3D print the QR code like right onto the lid of the box. But I don't know how to do that with the calendar one because it's a different solution every day. I mean, I can't make a video, showing all 365 of them. So did you have an idea for that one?
Well, of course, the QR code's super easy. You go to QR Code Monkey, not a big deal.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that before.
And you can post these as on your Instagram account. You could even have a TikTok account, or you could have a Facebook group, which actually would be kind of fun because you could call it Calendar Puzzle Solutions, where people are like discussing about how much they hate you. And
can I join?
And how frustrating life is already, but you had to add to that. Thank you. But as far as, if there was a way that you could do 365 videos, I don't think it would take you very long. I mean, each video, you could probably solve this in how long, Paul?
Well, the calendar one, honestly, some days I'll sit there and spend 10 or 15 minutes, and some days the pieces just kind of fall right into place.
Are there any days that doesn't work?
No, it's possible for every single day of the year.
I had an idea, bringing up the QR code. You know those little slider puzzles where it's like 9 squares and one's missing and you can slide them around? Yeah. You could make one of those and it would be simple to solve. Once you slide it around and solved it, it would give you the QR code to take you to the solution for the puzzle.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a lot of work.
How would it be a lot of work?
Well, because I don't know if people are going to want to do that just to...
If you're buying this puzzle...
That's true,
a little challenging puzzle to give you a QR code isn't going to stop you.
See, but you could do the 365 days a year. But think about this opportunity, is you could offer a daily email that you would send to them that would show the solution, or at least link to a YouTube video short or a reel or something like that. And because and it doesn't mean that you have to do it every day, because you could schedule these ahead, and so that this way
for an email, like I could do the whole year's worth in like one weekend.
Yeah, and you can also pre-schedule all the videos too.
Now, is there a way to do that in a Facebook group though?
Yeah, Facebook's Meta Suite, the business suite.
But why she's saying an email is because you could put then ads in there for your other puzzles. And if someone loves solving the daily calendar one, they might love this one. I don't know why. It's frustrating, and I want to throw it across the studio.
But then with your emails, that if you go to a platform like Beehive or Kit, is that they will also sell ads in your newsletter. So it's not up to you to just sell your own products. Are you going to make a lot of money at it? Probably not, but it'll be enough to maybe take a little vacation. Andrew, do you want to put the puzzle down?
No, I'm going to solve this.
Okay. So, Andrew, are you nice to your AI chatbot?
Sometimes.
Do you say please and thank you?
I'll say thank you sometimes, or that really worked, or I like the way that you presented that. Other times it just bark commands and hope it. Was ChatGPT down for you this week?
No.
I think it was Thursday morning on the app. I couldn't get it to work. It was just this light, this little white light that was doing nothing.
But then again, you're not the digital goddess.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Some people are talking about online that they offer ChatGPT a tip.
Like financial tip?
Yeah. Like, would you like $200 for a better answer? And it comes back and it actually gives a better answer. I don't know if that's true or not.
I'll have to try it.
But something you might want to try. Let's see. Kim in Eugene, Oregon. Hi there, Kim. What a fabulous name. You must be an amazing person, a beautiful individual.
Oh, absolutely. All Kims are.
See, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind?
So I get your daily current newsletter, which I read faithfully every day, and I get so much information. And I was reading a very recent one where you were writing about how to use an AI like ChatGPT or something for maybe prompts for writing an ebook.
Sure.
And so I had started using your tips, and I'm like, this is awesome. And I thought I could write a book, but my next step was, how do you publish that, or how do you go about finding the best place to put the information out there?
So what's your book about?
I'm a physical therapist, so it's about, tips for a healthy back, or myth-busting things that you might not realize are true or that are not true, or things like that. So
here, give us one myth. Give us one myth that's not true.
That once you hurt your back, you should rest in bed for a week. That's not true.
Oh,
2 weeks. Yeah.
See, Andrew told me that. Okay. It's funny you should say that. Andrew came to me and he said, listen, I was lifting some boxes and my back hurts and I need to have at least 2 weeks off. So.
Myth busted.
Oh, Kim, come on.
You know what? You can read it in my ebook. If I can just get it published.
Use promo code in order to get a discount. Okay, so you got a couple of places to sell ebooks. Of course, there's Kindle. Okay, that's the biggest place. Right. It's huge, and you are just going to tap into the biggest audience out there. And there are some strategies. When you release the ebook, you always want it under $10. Some people actually release the ebook for free. So this way it goes to the top of the Kindle list, and then you get all these great reviews, and then you put the price up to $4.99, $5.99, that whole thing. Amazon is not generous. I don't know if you would realize that. Did you ever think about Amazon being generous? No.
No, and that's why I was looking for other options.
They take anywhere up to 65% of the royalties.
What?
Yes.
That's way too much.
30 to 65%. Top end is 65%. There's another website called Gumroad. Gumroad. Every time I talk about this, it's like, what do you think? Like, people are sitting around in a marketing meeting saying, what should we call this?
We can't call it Candy Lane. Maybe something else.
Gumroad. That's going to bring them in. It's 10%. That they take.
But what's the traffic like there?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's up to you to get the traffic and over to Gumroad. Then there's also PayHip. And then something I would never suggest is that you sell it on your own website.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, you don't want to do that. So you can put it up on Amazon and you can put it up on Gumroad. Okay. I mean, it's, I put it in both places. You might as well.
Sure. Okay.
The other thing that you might want to think about, since you like the current newsletter, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you really love the current?
Me?
Yes.
9.
How come not a 10?
Wow. Because sometimes there's stuff I already know.
Ouch. Oh, you hurt my heart.
A 9.
A 9.
Not even a 9.5.
I do read it every day, and I've referred friends.
Can we just make sure we never take this woman's call again? Just want to say, here I am. I thought we were bonding.
You're not going to write a book on how to suck up to people, important people, because that was a misstep, Kim.
This is
Wait a minute. For me or for her? Who are you? Which
Kim? She puts it in even harder. Puts that knife in again. puts it in again. Listen, I'm not even going to tell you how to write your own newsletter. I was going to tell you about how you could write your own newsletter, get paid for some ads on Substack.
You would have gotten that information if this show was a 10, but it's not. It's a 9. You don't get everything.
Oh, man.
Ouch.
But she said some of the stuff she knew.
Yeah.
So, but a 9 out of 10, that's pretty good.
That's better than an 8.
Okay, Trustpilot just saying it's a 5 out of 5. Okay.
Which is equivalent to a 10.
Okay. And at Google, it's a 5 out of 5 with like thousands of reviews.
Big mistake, Kim.
But anyway, in case you have not already signed up for our newsletter, make sure that you go to getkim.com. Once again, getkim.com. That's me, not the physical therapist, by the way. Getkim.com. She's cute. Oh, James in Boston. I hate when I see these 2 words, crypto scammed.
Well, I hate them just as much as you do, maybe a little bit more, actually, because I've been part of one.
Oh, so tell us what happened.
Well, first things first, your newsletter, to me, it's an 11 out of 10, only because there's so much stuff there that I will never use, but I still appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you, James. Okay, that makes up. Now I'm feeling better. Okay.
Hey, if you take an average, it's a 10.
That's true.
Kim's 9, his 11, it works out.
Super duper. We'll take that.
Yes. Well, a friend of mine who I used to trust suggested that I look into this crypto investment thing. And it was a separate website, and I checked out the website, and I went on the website, and I looked at it, and it looks official, looks legitimate. So I said, well, I think it's worth getting into. So I get into it for about 4 months, and it's a 6-month period that I have to stay into it to get the payoff in the end.
Okay.
About the 4-month period, I had another issue, and I could no longer come up with the funds to put into the crypto investment. So it's like, I'm in trouble. I can't finish this thing. So I tried to work it out with the company. It's like, look, I'm in a financial issue here. I can't come up with these last 2 months. Then they said, well, we can let you end it early if you pay us a lesser amount than the regular monthly amount, so we can close it out early. At this time, the hackles on the back of my neck were starting to get a little itchy, so I looked a little farther into the website, found out that basically these people had hijacked a legitimate website that had closed down several years earlier.
Oh, gosh.
And they were doing like I said, they took over the they took over the website. The website had nothing to do with the people that started it. It just had everything to do with the scammers, and they were working it. And they worked it, and it cost me a substantial amount of money.
Now, the friend that referred you there, was he also being scammed, or?
No, that was part of the setup.
Oh, so how did this friend reach out to you on Facebook or something?
Yeah.
Was it an account on Facebook that was hijacked by the scammers, or was your friend actually in on the scam?
I think it was the latter of the two. I think the friend was in on it.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just me trusting people when sometimes I shouldn't. I trust people too much, I guess. And this time it cost me, but it definitely opened my eyes, and I was lucky in that I had enough assets that I could liquidate and kind of bring myself back into the running as far as having money to work off of day to day. And I'm just, it's behind me. It's like,
how much, James, how much did you lose?
$35,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, and
yes, it is.
So when you were given these monthly payments, were you shown your account that the amount of the account was going up and up as if it was a decent investment?
Oh yeah, no. Every day I could sign on to the website of the investment firm, and I could see when my deposits went in, and I could see when, like, the weekly, I'm looking for a word and I can't find it, but Basically, you could see the money going in and the investment gaining in value, and when the monthly period was up, so it was time to put another deposit in.
Yeah.
The website did a real good job of looking legitimate.
And so how did it all end? How did it? So when you couldn't make that final payment in order so that they could shut all this down ahead of time, how did it all come to closure?
Well, they said they could no longer hold on to the funds because they had to turn them over to the FDIC, which was a huge lie.
Of course.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah, that's a lie.
They said that there is a legitimate business called the Fort Sill National Bank. It has something to do with military people. I think it's near one of the forts, and I don't know specifically what state it's in. But they changed the wording on that and made it look like they were tied in with that bank as well. Just the stories kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I knew at that point that it's like, this money's gone. There's no chance it's ever coming back.
And then did you call your friend?
Yeah, and they said, I said I couldn't get onto the website because legitimately I tried to get on the website one day and it disappeared. I couldn't get to it. And I said, well, the website's not there anymore. And they said, oh, well, I think they're doing some updating on the website, so try it again. You should be able to get in. Well, I did try it again. I did get in, but it didn't change the outcome. It may have just been a mistake on my point, on my side, when maybe I put the wrong address in, and that's why I didn't get to the website that day. But I did get to it. Since then, I did a lot of print screen stuff so I could have proof in case I ever tried to chase it down with someone, one of the governing bodies that keeps an eye on crypto, which there are very few of from what I can tell.
Yeah, your biggest thing is going to the Internet Crime Complaint Center. You can file a police report. You can file a complaint with the SEC as well. Just because this was a legitimate website and I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because now that Google has pretty much, the Google search is over because of AI, there's a lot of websites are going under. And once a website goes under, somebody else is going to scoop up that domain, and who knows, put what else on it. But this friend, what did the friend say when you went to him and said, dude, what's going on?
Wouldn't admit to the fact that they were in on it. Just said that I had to, I had to give that last payment so they could close out the account and I could get my funds. And I knew full well that if I gave them another dime, all of it was going to be gone. There was no way any of this was coming back to me, no matter how much more money I threw at it.
Oh, that was smart of you. Now, at any point, did they ask you to use like WhatsApp or Signal or Telegram or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the telltale sign.
Giveaway.
That's it.
That's another dead giveaway. Yep. I guess I was too stupid to realize it because everything else was going okay. The friendship relationship thing was okay, and I was getting normal answers when we weren't talking about business.
Yeah. Well,
then when the business came,
James, different. They are groomed to do this. They are professional.
Oh, yes.
They are professional shysters. I mean, it's and I'm glad that you got out when you did, but I don't want you to feel too badly that you got taken.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the show. Emails alone, they stole $16 billion last year. That's just email scams. We're not talking about social media and crypto and banks and all that other scams that are being pulled.
So, Andrew, the rule of thumb is,
if you're ever asked to leave the platform you are on to chat anywhere else, it's a scam.
It's a scam. James, thanks for telling your story. Hopefully somebody else is listening right now saying, gosh, this sounds vaguely familiar. I think I'm getting scammed or about to. All right, just a quick tip I want to pass along. Back in the old days, there were clues that you were getting cheated on. Lipstick stain on the collar, more time at the office. But today, it's really hard for a cheater to hide their digital tracks. For example, maybe their phone never leaves their person. They leave the room to take phone calls and answer texts. You say, who is that? And they say, someone from work. But work never called before. There's a mysterious new lock screen password they don't want to share. So here's what you can try. Say, hey, my phone died. I need to make a quick call. If they hesitate, panic, or flat out refuse, time to dig in. All right, we have more of your phone calls and more tips coming up. You don't want to miss here on the Kim Komando Show. You know, it seems like, Andrew, wherever you go, you're getting scammed. I mean, I made an Instacart order for Costco.
Okay.
A whole bunch of stuff. Toilet paper. You know, you always get toilet paper at Costco.
Right.
Paper towels. And then I threw in some air tags. And so, along with like 30 other items. The gal shows up and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I didn't get the air tags. I totally forgot I was going to go back, but I didn't want your food to spoil. And I'm like, it's okay. And she said, don't worry. You're not going to be charged for the air tags. Not at all. Because I didn't even buy them. Because I didn't, I just forgot. And then sure enough, I look on the receipt. And guess what I got charged for?
Air tags.
Air tags.
She stole air tags.
Yes.
She stole a device that's trackable.
Just saying. Just saying. Good point. Coming right back, the biggest social media data breach ever. I got to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. Okay, there's a hacker group by the name of Byte Breaker. They say that they scraped 1.2 billion Facebook records, the biggest social media breach ever. 1.2 billion records. Okay, so here's the deal. Change your password, freeze your credit, put alerts on your bank accounts. I mean, there are just so many different data breaches everywhere that you turn. 1.2 billion records. And I know it feels like white noise after a while. It's like, okay, we got 184 million here or 1.2 billion there. But the bottom line is that you need to have strong passwords. Hey, just a reminder, if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure that you enter our Pay It Forward challenge. I would love to give you $500, and then you can give $500 to your favorite charity, your friend, whoever it may be. And again, you want to enter right now, go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that great address is winfromkim.com. Hey, appreciate you being here. That's the end of hour one of the show. And be sure to tell your family members and friends how great it was.